presented by the United States Marine Corps. Now, doubleheader coverage continues. The Chicago Bulls taking down the defending NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. Game 2 of our TNT doubleheader. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Doug Collins. We'll be joined in a moment by Craig Sager. Quick check of the starting lineups. A look at the Bulls, who are 6-4 coming in. Last season's Rookie of the Year, Derrick Rose, still bothered by that injured ankle, working his way back. Joakim Noah leads the NBA in rebounding. Luol Deng back to where he was 2 years ago. For the Lakers, 8-3. Kobe comes off his 100th career 40-point game Tuesday night against Detroit. And Pau Gasol is back after missing the first 11 games with a sprained hamstring. The officials, Mike Callahan, Jason Phillips, and Alandis Poole as Chicago controls the opening tip. This is John Salmons, and here is Rose kicking it out. Taj Gibson not able to hit, and rebounded by the Lakers.
I think the key tonight, Marv, is can Chicago make some shots? They have played excellent defense all season long, just shot so poorly.
Find another to hit, but it's welcome back. Pau Gasol.
I think everybody's waiting to see what his effect is going to be on this team as he's in the starting lineup now. Lamar Odom coming off the bench to sort of stabilize that inconsistent Laker bench.
Pau with that strained right hamstring, sat out the last 6 preseason games, has not played in the regular season. Derek Fisher with it. He has struggled with his shot. Tried to go to the rim, and he was stripped.
That's what the Bulls have to do, though. They have to strike in transition, get some easy points. Lakers get their defense set. They're one of the finer defensive teams in the league, especially with Gasol and Bynum now on that front line.
Salmons off, and he has not been hitting his shot, although had a good one the other night against his former team, the Sacramento Kings. Foul is on Deng. Salmons 9 of 18, 23 points with 3 threes, although he has not shot the ball well. But how about the Bulls? 2 straight wins at home against Philly and at Sacramento. Vinny Del Negro's team has wins over San Antonio and at Cleveland. Gasol gets inside on a double team, and he will head to the line.
You know, Mark, when you look at the Lakers to start this season, it's very interesting. Kobe Bryant normally is a guy who comes and feels the game out, but without Pau Gasol on the floor, he has been in that scoring mode in the first quarter. He's scoring 10 points a game in the first quarter, so now with Gasol back, it'll be interesting to see if Kobe goes back more perimeter and feels the game out a little bit more. You can see this is his scoring by quarter. We associate Kobe being one of the finer finishes in the NBA, but really it's been the first and the third quarters that he has set the tone for a team. So we spoke to Phil Jackson before the game. I think he was a little bit curious to see how things were going to settle in for his team.
And in the past, Kobe, along the lines of Michael Jordan, would look to feel things out, try to get people involved earlier, but as you say, he has gone the other way, looking to come out attacking with Gasol on the sideline. That's Deng, who has been playing terrific ball, averaging 17 points and 9 rebounds. Bryant being played here by Salmons at the start. Gasol guarded by Gibson. Phillips, another Phillips. Bynum gets inside. Artest with the rebound, sets it up, and Bynum is fouled by Noah.
Look at the size of the Lakers. I mean, the strength of Ron Artest. Kobe Bryant is 6'6" on the perimeter. Bynum, Gasol. This is such a big team. And, you know, Mark, when they get these pieces all together defensively, they are going to be a really terrific team. The 2 things that have hurt them without Gasol has been they've not defended the paint well, and they've been a very poor defensive rebounding team. They're giving up 18 second chance points a game, which is last. And the Lakers, under Phil Jackson, have always been a good rebounding team.
And the Lakers as a team shooting only 72% at the line. What a start for Andrew Bynum, averaging 20 points, just under 12 rebounds. He's made it back from knee surgeries over the last 2 years. Here's pressure by Fisher on Rose. Now picked up on a switch. Gibson got it inside. Salmons. Good defense here by the Lakers. And Deng had it stripped. Artest, the side off the way.
Lakers average 19 points a game off turnovers. They're second in steals, so you better take care of the ball.
Salmons for 3.
It's a big shot. One of the things that's hurt Derrick Rose this year, Marv, is their three-point shooting has been so pitiful that there's no place for him to go on the floor. Teams have just been packing in the paint, and he has not had any driving lanes. Bulls need to start making some shots to help Derrick Rose.
With those ankle problems, he says he has been disgusted with his play as Artest is able to knock it down. Derrick only 2 of 12 the other night, and the win at Sacramento. Rose from the left hand. Here's Noah on the putback.
He's got to be, again, the most improved player in the NBA. He started really at the end of the, right after the trade, after All-Star break, his play really went up. It was Bynum with the lob over the top.
Good job by Noah.
But this is what he's done. He's pushing the ball. He's in great shape. He's one of the best offensive rebounders, and he leads the break for Salmons to get an easy basket. So if you're Salmons and you've been struggling from the field, Mark, you know as well as I do, you get a layup. It really helps that jump shot.
Vinny Del Negro, the Bulls head coach, telling us earlier that Joakim Noah worked out throughout the summer as Artest fires a three. Worked out feverishly at Gold's Gym on Venice Beach. I think I spotted you down there earlier.
Yeah, I was working out feverishly too.
Putback, a quick 8 for Pau Gasol.
Well, he's looked like he has not missed any time, so comfortable, and they're just pounding the Bulls in the paint. That's the concern of Vinny Del Negro. When you play the Lakers, you've got to defend the paint.
Noah not able to hit from the outside. Lakers have an 11-9 lead, going at a quick pace here at the start. 4 minutes gone by. Gasol gets deep in the post. With rebounded by Ty Gibson, the rookie from Southern Cal, playing for the injured Tyrus Thomas. Here is Rose. And by the range, Bryant is on it. Moving 1-on-3 as the Bulls get back. Little tricky maneuver with the dribble. Try to squeeze it inside, and Rose on the break. Goes at Gasol. Gibson keeps it alive. Ty Gibson. And it's Gasol off the board.
Gasol said he's worried about his conditioning. He said, I'm going to have to really count on my basketball IQ tonight to get me through when I'm tired. So it'll be interesting to see how long Phil Jackson will play him before he gives him a break.
Met by the double call for travel. And now here's Brad Miller, who has played well off the bench for the Bulls.
Marvy's out there right now. They got to get another bigger body out there to try to defensive rebound the ball. 5-second chance points here for the Lakers already. The thing that has hurt the Lakers, they've turned the ball over 4 times.
At 6-4, the Chicago Bulls have already equaled their best start in 12 years. If they go to 7-4, it would be their best start since 96-97. Noah, with an unorthodox shot, was able to hit that Chicago team, led by Michael Jordan, opened up at 12-0. And if they are able to win tonight, it would be the first time they have been 7-4 since the 86-87 season. A team coached by the man to my right.
That was our juggernaut that we threw out there every night, Marv.
Joakim Noah off to the good start.
You see Noah, the activity. Marvin, you've got a big guy that can run the floor like that. He puts so much pressure on your defense because someone's got to go back with him. You saw in that play, a smaller guard cannot play him around the rim and they slow the ball up at the rim. That's what the Lakers do with Gasol and Bynum.
Gasol, I'll tell you, his arms are going to be tired when he sits down for the first time.
So how about this? Kobe's taken 1 shot. They've taken 11. So we've already seen a different Laker team here to start. With Pau Gasol back, much more team moving the ball, and Kobe's not down in that low post.
Bang with the floater. The tip missed. Noah not able to convert. Bryant putting a move on Salmons. Bryant rebounded by Noah. As I mentioned a moment ago, leads the NBA in rebounding, better than 12 per game. Rose continues to struggle with the shot. In fact, he's missed his first 5, and now Phil Jackson wants to talk it over.
What you notice, everything is a jump shot. He worked hard on his jump shot all summer, Mark, but he's not getting to the rim. A big part of it, there's no spacing. You have 2 big centers in there, no place to go. But there you see Noah running out on the break. Kobe Bryant just cannot handle that size. And Pau Gasol is off to a great start here tonight with 10. But tonight it's Pau Gasol with 10 of the 13 points. So the defense, Chicago keep the Lakers under 100 points and 45% field goals. The Lakers in all three of their losses, that's been the statistic. Bench play, Chicago plus 40 in the last two games. That's going to be Miller, Heinrich, and Hargo, and then the Gasol effect. And then can Derrick Rose find his rhythm? Starting out 0 for 5 here tonight. Gasol, first game back. He has 10 points here of the 13 Laker points.
Lamar Odom has come on for Pau Gasol. Hit 4 of his first 5. Bryant for 3. Rebounded by Noah. Noah 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists here. First 7 minutes of play. Brad Miller comes out to the high post. Summons with a duck under and foul by Odom. The Lakers had lost 2 in a row prior to the win here at home Tuesday night over the Pistons. Lakers led by as many as 28 in that game. Phil Jackson's team playing game 3 of a 5-game homestand. They lost their first game to Houston. This is after losing at Denver. Well, what a home scheme this is for the Lakers. That's a nice move inside by Miller. They are in a stretch. The Lakers playing 11 of 12 at home, 14 of 16. The one road game in that flurry is at Golden State. Then they have 7 of 9 on the road. Of course, it all eventually evens up. Derek Fisher. And the game is tied at 15.
And Marv, I think part of the lethargic play of the Lakers, obviously Gasol out, but a lot of home games. Sometimes guys get too many home games. You think you can just show up and win. The edge is on the road. You have to have that edge, and that's when the Lakers get that late in the year where they have the heavy road schedule going into the playoffs.
There's a lob for Odom. Picked off by Miller. And we were talking about this earlier with Phil Jackson. If this were a mediocre team, Solomons is way off, that had this schedule where you're home 14 of 16, and then you have the unfavorable road schedule, they'd be complaining vigorously about how could they do this to us, but it does not matter to the Lakers. And as you say, later in the season, when the Lakers have been successful, as they have in recent years, they thrive on that road schedule.
Well, it's a little bit like what the Spurs would do with their rodeo trip. They would start cranking it up after the All-Star break. They'd have a heavy road schedule, and that's when they'd start tightening up their game and getting ready for the playoffs.
Shot clock to 6. Odom goes behind the back to find Bynum.
Well, Lamar Odom is going to be the facilitator of this second unit. Now, obviously, he's out there now with the starters. When Bill starts going to his bench, Odom is going to have to be that rudder. He's going to have to be the guy that really anchors that second unit. A good start in tonight. And Phil told us before the game, he's had big halves against his team. It takes him a while to get used to his game, and then normally they do a much better job in the second half on him defensively.
Yeah, saying the Bynum hits again, this time with a jump hook, that herky-jerky motion. Sometimes Kobe takes a while to get accustomed to it. Coach Heinrich has come on for the first time. It's Heinrich played by Fisher right up on him. Summons. Miller has a good touch.
The Bulls are really moving the ball well, and Brad Miller can make that shot. He can float out there and shoot the ball. He's an excellent passer. He really has been a really positive force in the life of Joe Kino, really teaching him a lot about this game on road trips. They go out and spend a lot of time together.
Jump hook with the left hand by Kobe Bryant. Lakers up by 2. And this is a grueling 6-game road trip for the Bulls. Ball is against the Lakers. That is his first. Back to the Chicago trip in a moment as you see the behind-the-back pass by Lamar Odom.
That was pretty interesting. He leads their team in assists. Not Kobe Bryant, none of the guards. Lamar Odom, and he shows it there. And Bynum with the soft hands finishes.
Ago tonight, Ron Artest, then with Indiana, went into the stands to fight with Pistons fan John Green, who had thrown a cup at him. It ignited the brawl at the Palace. Artest was suspended for the rest of the year, losing $7 million in salary. Green had his season tickets revoked. Remembering the incident, Artest told me tonight it's time to end the hatred. He has tracked down Green on Twitter, made a phone call to him, and has agreed to take him to lunch next month when the Lakers go on their East Coast road trip. The two also are working on a nonviolence campaign that will kick off this summer, working with the youths of Detroit and L.A. Mark?
right, thank you, Craig. Ron Artest, who signed with the Lakers as a free agent following a year with the Houston Rockets, trying to make a positive out of a negative.
Well, he's in a great spot here to win a championship. They've asked him to come in here. What they really want is his physical defense, Marv. And guys like Carmelo Anthony, a lot of these guys he's going to have to see in the playoffs. That's when they are going to find out the dividends they're going to get from Ron Artest.
Kobe Bryant trying to draw the foul on that drive. Lakers up 21-19. Here is Simons. He thought he was fouled. And back comes Shannon Brown, who just checked in. Brown and Bryant in the backcourt. Artest, Gasol, and Odom on the front line. Gasol is back, replacing Bynum. An air ball thrown up by Odom. And here's Heinrich off the dribble. I mentioned this long road trip for Chicago, and it is a tough one. Saturday night they play at Denver, followed by road games at Portland, at Utah, and at Milwaukee. And the Bucks have been a surprise. That's a travel. They'll be back home for Detroit on Wednesday, December 2nd, because the circus is in town at the United Center. The Ringling Brothers, Bonham and Bailey Circus, taking over the Bulls Arena for 12 days, as they always do. And since that championship dynasty of Chicago ended back in 1998, they have not fared pretty well on this road trip. They once lost 37 consecutive games over a span of 7 years.
Well, what happened, Marv, they would start out the year, and they would have the trip, and their season would be over before it got started. I mean, they ended up in year 17 and 65, or they dig themselves such a hole they couldn't get out of it.
That's why the win the other night in Sacramento was of significance. Odom off the steal, because the Kings have been surprising people. And the Bulls were able to win the game at Arco as they look ahead to this schedule. You got the Lakers, you got Denver, Portland, Utah, Milwaukee. The foul. It is on Gasol. Down to 42 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Look at the upcoming national TV schedule. ESPN Friday, 7:30 start. Orlando at Boston, followed by Denver. Here at Staples against the Clippers. NBA TV Saturday. It's Washington at San Antonio. Fan night on NBA TV. You can log on to NBA.com/NBA TV and vote now for the game that you want to watch on Tuesday, November the 24th. Voting ends tonight, midnight Eastern Time.
How about the Los Angeles Lakers? We talked about their dominance in the paint. 20 of their 23 points to start this game in the paint. So when you play against them, Marv, you've got to find a way somehow to make them shoot some jump shots. They are just overpowering people in the lane.
Jordan Farmar has come on for Kobe Bryant. Farmar cut off by Heinrich. Gets the nice pass off. Beautifully done. Artest for the cutting Odom.
Well, Artest and Odom love to pass the ball. And you can see Artest had a shot there, dropped it off to an easy one for Mar Odom.
Lakers up by 6. 6 unanswered by the Lakers. 3-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Down to 3 on the 24. There's Miller. And that will knock out offensive interference. That might have dropped.
I agree with you, Marv. I thought that ball looked like it was going to go in, but I mean, Joakim Noah, it's hard to fault the effort. This young guy has just been so aggressive here tonight. He had 7 offensive rebounds last night in Sacramento. 2 key tip-ins as Sacramento was trying to get in that game in the fourth quarter.
Bulls do have a foul to give. Odom fires for 3, and that's the end of the first quarter. Bulls scoreless over the last 3 minutes after 1 here at Staples. Lakers by 6.
It's time for the fourth open corner. I'm Craig Sager with Vinny Del Negro. And Vinny, we talked about the struggles your team has had in the first quarter. It was tied until the last 3.5 minutes. What went wrong there at the end?
Well, we gave up a couple offensive rebounds. We missed a couple easy shots there, a couple free throws. But, you know, they're long up front. I thought we were leaking out a little bit. We got to really try to do a better job on the glass.
Kobe Bryant wasn't as aggressive as he has been most first quarters. What were you doing defensively against him?
Just trying to clog in. I think we're just going to feel with Paul being back a little bit, but the offensive rebound really hurt us. We just got to make some shots.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Craig, as a player, Negro spent 12 years in the NBA, 5 different teams, a couple of years in Italy, a standout at North Carolina State. He played for the late Jim Valvano. Strong move inside by Gibson, not able to finish. Second quarter is underway. The Lakers lead at 25-19 as they picked it up in those final minutes of the first. Here is Farmar for 3. Rebounded by Rhodes.
Lakers not shooting that three ball well, Marv. This is one of the few chances that Rhodes has had the chance to get in the paint. And that half court will show you later off what the Lakers are doing about how they're building a wall. But this is where Rhodes has to be in the attack mode, Marv. Anytime they get a defensive rebound, a deflection, a steal, he's got to push that ball and lead the break.
Both coaches would like to see Derrick Rose more aggressive in the open court, more on the attack. That's a rare miss for Gasol. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We are at Staples Center in Los Angeles. Second of our doubleheader.
Matchup that Phil Jackson wants. He wants Shannon Brown playing against Derrick Rose.
Miller gets inside and is able to bank it home. In the first game here on TNT, the Hornets knock off the red-hot Phoenix Suns 110-103. Doug, the 15th consecutive loss for the Suns here on TNT as the Lion is able to take it to the rim. 15 straight. I think that...
you think Steve Kerr's upset anytime he sees you and the Czar and Reggie?
How about you?
Myself, I was going to get myself in there late, but I was going to get it in.
What a deflection. Well, I have the notes here. It's 15 straight, 12 regular season. Oh, beautiful pass, and Gasol able to complete. So Phoenix, 12 regular season losses on TNT, 2 playoffs, and it says 1 preseason game. That was the outdoor game.
Exactly.
Should be an asterisk there.
Well, Pau Gasol running out ahead of the break. Remember, Marv, I talked earlier about how Joakim Noah gets out on the break, and that's called a post-lane sprint in the Laker vernacular. Their first big guy down, Bynum or Gasol run right to the front of the rim and try to post up.
That's a 2-pointer. Heinrich with his first bucket. Utah also knocking off San Antonio tonight, 90-83. The Spurs continue to have their problems with Tony Parker is out.
And Ginobili got hurt last night as well. Pulled a groin muscle against Dallas, so they've gotten off to a very slow start. Mark, San Antonio has not won a game on the road. And over the last 10 years, they've been the best road team in the NBA.
San Antonio now 4-6. Darren Williams, 21 points, 10 assists for the Jazz. Shot clock down to 6.
Much dribbling here. This is where they get the Bulls in trouble when they end up getting a bad shot or a turnover.
Gets him through it away. Foul ball. Offensive foul. Next it will not count.
That's 2 feisty guys right there. Kirk Heinrich and Jordan Farmar running step by step. Looked like at the last moment, Farmar veered over into him and used his elbow. Watch his left elbow here, his left arm. Gets it away from his body there just enough, and they will not give the offensive player any kind of advantage like that. That's a good call.
3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Bulls with it down by 4. Here's the lob. Gibson from Miller.
Taj Gibson, who went to USC, was a defensive player of the year of the Pac-10. Yesterday, he practiced at USC. He was getting all kinds of teasing and all kinds of pictures, murals all over the walls. And when you do all that in the NBA, you're going to get a lot of teasing from your teammates.
Gasol getting inside, could not finish. He actually did not want his teammates as Rose once again on the attack, but it does not fall. He knew in one of the gyms at USC there were life-size portraits of Taj Gibson. He said, no, we don't want to go in there.
Good luck.
And that's a defensive 3. And yes, he did not hear the end of it from his teammates. That's just what they wanted to see. Shots all over the gym of Taj Gibson, who was an excellent college player. In fact, a 4-year guy. Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year last season. First-round draft pick of Chicago, and he's in the starting lineup now for the injured Tyrus Thomas.
The Lakers defense, and it's called building a wall, walling the ball, and your big guys have to be incredibly active. This game is so much screen roll now. Your big guys really set the tone. So let's watch it. Lamar Odom is going to be guarding Brad Miller. Watch as he jumps out, and they sort of wall the ball. There's absolutely no place for Heinrich to go. So just watch now as he goes. He sort of mishandles the ball. As he gets it back, watch Odom again. He tries to go baseline. There's Odom once again, forcing the outside jump shot. The Lakers rebound the ball. Now this is Derrick Rose. Same kind of action. As they throw back, look at the guard, Jordan Farmar, in the corner. He's going to rotate up. And watch Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol is under the basket. He rotates to the guard, and you end up with a shot against the buzzer that Joakim Noah ends up offensive goaltending. So today, if you want to be a good defensive team in the NBA, you've got to defend screen roll, and to do that, your big men have to be active. With Gasol coming back, he really helps the Lakers because he's very good in screen rolls.
Kobe Bryant able to convert the technical off the defensive 3-second call. So the Lakers are up by 3. 4 minutes gone by in the second, and Bryant, he's able to drill it.
That's the first Laker basket outside the paint. They had 13 of their 13 field goals in the lane. That's the first jump shot they've made tonight.
7 points for Kobe Bryant. Bryant all over Salmon's front. Ran for the ball, called for the foul, made contact.
Mark, we talked before the game, you and I were speaking, the Gasol effect, defensive rebounding, defending the paint. He's going to have a huge effect there, improving the bench. Odom comes off the bench. Kobe and Bynum, they hope for their minutes to go down. And Kobe's shot charge, what I mean by that is he's been playing in the post. Now he's playing on the perimeter, so he's going back to the normal spot he played when they won the championship.
Powell making his return tonight is at 4 of 5. He has 12 points in all. Bryant, 4 of 3, came up short, but Gasol kept it alive. Here's Farmar. It counts in the foul. Jordan Farmar taking it to the rim and took a hip check.
Well, 2 key pieces, Jordan Farmar and Shannon Brown. They want to be able to manage the minutes of Derek Fisher. This guy has shown some flashes. He has to be more consistent. Jordan Farmar, he plays against the speedier guards. Shannon Brown plays against the stronger guards. And Phil Jackson is adamant about keeping the minutes down of Derek Fisher, so he will be ready for the playoffs. He's such an important part of the team in that period of time. And right now, Phil Jackson is still trying to find his bench. He's hoping that Lamar Odom is going to be that guy, especially with Luke Walton being out for 6 weeks with an injury, that's going to bring some stabilization to that team.
Walton with a pinched nerve in his back. And it's a very important guy. He's used by Phil Jackson to settle things down in terms of being able to swing the basketball. That's a 3 for John Salmons. Bulls 7 of 12 from 3-point range the other night against Sacramento. They're shooting just 29% from downtown. See Kobe trying to come alive here in the second, looking for his shot.
He's a little out of rhythm because, Mark, we were in here last week, and he went right into the post against the Phoenix Suns. And just, that's where he played the entire game. In fact, we had a shot chart at halftime. He'd only taken 1 shot beyond 15 feet. Now, all of a sudden, his shots are coming into a different, and you can see as he started the year, I looked at the points, Mark, 154 in the paint from the three-point line. He's only hit 5 threes all year long. The mid-range game has not been nearly as productive for Kobe as it has been in the past. So now with Gasol back, he's going to start finding a different rhythm in his offensive game.
Kobe only 5 out of 24 from beyond that three-point line. See Bynum is back, gets it down low to Bryant. Bryant on the follow and a foul. Kobe heads to the line. Foul is on Dang. A programming reminder, a story about life on the other side of the middle. Don't miss Ray Romano in the new series premiere of Men of a Certain Age. That's December 7th at 10/9 Central. Only on TNT. A moment ago, we mentioned the Suns who lost earlier tonight in New Orleans, their 15th straight defeat on TNT, which I'm sure they're thrilled about. But Craig Sager, who is auditioning for Comedy Central, just dropped a note off to me that the only team to lose more consecutive games on television, not necessarily on TNT, the Washington Generals. I know Phoenix will be very pleased with that note. Yeah, right. Red slots. Yes. And then he's still hitting that two-hand set. Salmon's not able to hit. Rebounded by Bryant. Just under 6.5 remaining in this first half. Here's Artest rejected by Noah. Back comes Salmons. Awkward sequence, fortunately for Salmons. Heinrich is deep on the corner. Yes, and the foul.
Salmons very active tonight. He's building right off of that game he had against Sacramento. Mark, he was a real key last year. He and Brad Miller came over the All-Star break, and the Bulls were really struggling. They finished 18 and 11. The offense really got in gear. Ben Gordon, Heinrich came back from injury. Derrick Rose, Rookie of the Year. They were playing well, shooting the three well. This year, their defense has gotten much better, but they've struggled offensively. Salmon's adjusting to a new position, two guard, which has different dynamics than small forward. He's playing against quicker people, so he's still finding that adjustment at that position.
Heinrich defending on Bryant, trying to back him in. Artest wide open with lots of time. It's down to three.
Almost too much time there. Almost his most difficult shots to make when you're standing there all alone.
Once again, Rose with a hard drive. Took the hit. Noah gets it back.
Sloppy passing by the Lakers. Except 8 turnovers here already. That's one of the things that's keeping the Chicago Bulls close in this game.
Salmons and Heinrich in the backcourt. Offensive foul. It's on John Salmons.
Mark, when you get that ball on the sideline, the Lakers just zone that up. And so one of the things you have to do, you've got to move the ball. And that's what these good defensive teams are doing now. You start dribbling that basketball, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, where the Lakers have a 40-33 lead on the Bulls. Doug right here, let's take a look at team assets presented by Motovlur.
Well, we talked about how Chicago has really struggled to score this year. Only 100-plus points in one game this season, tied for fewest in the NBA with New Jersey, who is winless this year. And the Los Angeles Lakers, what's the recipe for beating them at home? They've lost 7 games in the last 2 seasons at home. 6 of those losses when they've shot under 45%. Tonight, shooting 44%. So maybe the Bulls can find a way to dig one out here tonight.
Fisher and Bryant in the backcourt. Odom with Bynum and Artest on the front line. Bynum. And a loose ball foul is called. Atlantis Poole says stay right here. The foul is on Chicago. That's second on Noah.
One guy missing right now for the Chicago Bulls is Luol Deng. He's played 16 minutes here tonight. He's only taken 3 shots, 1 of 3. Not gotten to the line, no assists, no rebounds. They have got to get him involved in the game. He is a big part of their team, especially he's got to score.
Had a big game the other night in Sacramento and has played very well. Bryant comes up short, thought he was fouled. Just Deng with the ball, guarded by Odom.
They've gone to a small lineup now, so Luol Deng is actually playing in that hybrid 4 position, so the undersized 4 can shoot the ball.
Pass intended for Noah, broken up by Artest. Met by Heinrich. Noah coming from the other side. Heinrich lost his balance trying to get the shot up. Deng. You know what I notice here, Doug? It is just a delight. It is so spacious here at the broadcast table. Nothing against Reggie Miller when I'm working with Reggie and the Czar, but the Czar takes up so much room with all the clutter. Derek Fisher from downtown. I must say, you are very neat.
I try to be.
Very neat. Fisher with the steal, took it away from Noah. Fisher on the breakaway.
Now, good news for Derek Fisher. He is such a key part of this team. He has been struggling on the offensive end the last few games and not been able to find a field goal. Gets a 3, gets a steal, gets a layup. Maybe that'll get him going here tonight.
8 unanswered points for the Lakers, and they extend to a 12-point lead. Timeout called
the honor went to former Laker Leroy Ellis. Ellis played for 14 NBA seasons, played with the Lakers, Baltimore, Portland, and Philadelphia. He averaged 10 points and 8 rebounds throughout his career. He won an NBA championship with the Lakers in 1971-72. The team set a record at that time with 69 wins, including 33 in a row. But the next year he was traded to Philadelphia, where that team set a record for the worst record, 9-73. But then help was on the way. Leroy Ellis with the game ball right there. The following year, Doug Collins was the #1 pick out of Illinois State. They became teammates at Philadelphia. I asked him what he remembered most about Doug Collins. He said how much he talked as a rookie. Usually rookies didn't talk that much, but he saw Doug was very articulate. They got along great. He was a great teammate. He said that's why Doug is so good on TV. He could always articulate what he wanted to say. Mark?
All right, thank you, Craig. That was Buck Williams taking part in the ceremony prior to the opening tip. So actually, Leroy had you scouted very early as a future broadcaster.
What a gentleman! I tell you, that was a bad team that I went to. But I think of the pros, Marv, that I got to know. Leroy Ellis, Tom Van Arsdale, Freddie Carter, guys that have been in the league, Clyde Lee. These guys have been around a long time, and they really took me under their wing to teach me about this NBA game. And I love my time in Philadelphia, and I just my prayers are for Leroy Ellis and his family. Leroy is a great, great guy.
How about the highs and lows in terms of his career? Leroy on a championship Laker team and also on a Philadelphia team that had the worst record in the history of the NBA.
I know, it's amazing. That's you stay in this game, Marv, long enough, you've seen it all.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Here's Dang off the triple, got it away. Shot clock at 10. Good touch there by Derrick Rose.
Sure, that deep sigh you just heard is Derrick Rose. He'd been 3 for 20 going back to his last game in Sacramento, where he's 2 of 12, now 2 of 9 tonight.
Lakers up by 8. Bryant on the high post. Facing the double, now played by Rose. Here's the lob, beautifully thrown. Bryant able to look over the top and find Bryant.
That's a great point, Marv. They had Derrick Rose on him, and he was so much bigger, he could see over the top, and actually Gasol and Bynum were standing next to each other. Both of them could have caught that pass.
Dang is trying to get into it. Rejected by Bynum. Fisher trying to squeeze through, recovered by Gasol. And Rose defending on Fisher, respecting the shot. Gasol going at Noah.
Was that skill? Kobe Bryant said, what we missed when we did not have Pau Gasol, well, we missed one of the best basketball players in the world. And a guy who he trusted majorly out on the floor, a guy who's become his sidekick and one of the best 1-2 punches in the NBA.
Salmons for 3, yes. John Salmons heating up. Lakers lead 49-40. Salmons with 16 points. That's his 3rd from downtown. Now Gasol leads the Lakers with 14. Artest called for a palm.
So one negative for the Lakers tonight. That's their 9th turnover. Phil Jackson likes to keep his team maybe around 13. Usually early in the year, their turnovers are up a little bit as they run a little bit more in training camp and in preseason, and then those turnovers come down as the season goes on.
Reaction is called. 3-second violation. Bryant thought he was being called for the foul, but it's a 3, so the ball back to the Lakers. What were your thoughts? You're drafted overall #1 by a team that had the worst record.
Well, initially, Marv, I was disappointed because actually there was a trade on draft day, and I got traded to Chicago to the Bulls. to see Gasol shooting that little jump shot. And I was going to go to the Bulls for Bobby Weiss and Clifford Ray. And Clifford Ray did not pass his physical. He had a bad knee. So I stayed with the Philadelphia 76ers. And I got to tell you, it was probably the best thing that happened to me. I got away and grew up in Philadelphia, and I spent 8 wonderful years there. I love Philadelphia. Simons is the one guy tonight shooting the ball well for the Chicago Bulls. He has 18 points and is keeping them somewhat within striking distance of the Lakers.
Bulls do have a foul to give. Bryant showing us the beautiful follow through. Kobe just 4 of 14 trying to shoot his way back after not looking for the shot early on. Pau Gasol to get involved. Noah with the rebound, rejected by Gasol.
That front line is so big, so big. I mean, you see, they could put Odom out there as a small forward if they want to and throw Bryant and Artest in the backcourt on some nights. They have so much versatility with this team.
3-second differential as this first half runs down, and that's called in the act by the outside official Mike Callahan. So Bryant will go to the line.
Joakim Noah going to work on the boards. Watch Gasol up there, and wisely does it with his left hand. You think about it, Marv, some of the best shot blockers in the NBA have been left-handed because so many guys shoot the ball with the right hand, and it goes right up into the shooting pocket. And you think of Bill Russell, David Robinson, some of the guys who really were great shot blockers.
Don't you think another reason a lot of guys forget that they're playing, not against a guy like Russell, who they know is left-handed, but they don't, it just doesn't register that they're playing a lefty.
Well, see, you know, to block a shot with your right hand on a righter, you have to come across the guy's body. And with a lefty, he brings that ball up and he's right in your shooting pocket, and your hand goes right up in that area. So I've always felt a left-handed shot blockers had an advantage.
Down to 9 seconds remaining in the half. Lakers showing some pressure. Drop back. Rose comes across, gets the pick. Here's Rose to the rim. And that will end the first half. So the Lakers with a 53-42 advantage on the Bulls. Pau Gasol making his return after missing the first 11 games of the season with that strained right hamstring. Comes out with 6 of 11 shooting for 14 points. Kobe Bryant with 13. John Salmons leads the way for the Bulls. 7 of 11 for 18. Let's go to Craig and Pau Gasol.
Well, probably your first game of the year. People said we didn't know what to expect. You come out, you're leading scorer. Did things come that easily? Were you that comfortable right away?
Well, I get comfortable with my teammates make it so easy for me too. You know, that's the quality of our team and the advantage that we have. That you know, anybody can score, and you feel really comfortable. You get a lot of space.
Not having played all year, is fatigue going to be a factor in the second half, or do you feel like you can go the whole way?
Well, I've been off for a month and a half with this injury, so I should be okay. I should be okay, and I just want to get healthy and be able to help my team.
All right, thanks a lot. Helped the team very much in that first half as the Lakers build up an 11-point lead. We'll be back with the T-Mobile Halftime Report. EJ, Kenny, and Charles in our studios in Atlanta.